Would you like to see football wherever you are in the world?
With NordVPN, you can get premium protection online and set your location so you never miss a minute of the content you usually enjoy.
Go to nordvpn.com/TSUW to get 72% off a 2-year plan plus 3 additional months absolutely free. Hello and welcome to another Sheffield United match reaction. My name's Nick on the Sheffield United way. And this is a weird one, a very, very weird one. Lots of ups, lots of downs. But we ended up coming away with a 3-2 victory. I'm going to be honest, I am not over the moon about this victory. Yeah, we've won a game. That's brilliant. It's away from home. It's another game that we've won away from home. Obviously, the other one was Hull, who were doing really, really poorly at the time when we played them too. So it's good. It's good that we've managed to come away with 3 points from a struggling team, because you know as well as I do that when Sheffield United end up going and playing a team that aren't doing well, we normally give them that springboard to go and pick up some points and start winning games and stuff. So it's good that we've beaten Hull and then we've gone and beat Barnsley as well, that are both struggling. But yeah, we thought it was going to be a routine win after, well, what was it, 55 minutes when Moose had scored his second. And then obviously Osborne went and got himself on the score sheet too. But you know Sheffield United as well as I do, we don't like to win games comfortably, do we? We like to keep the fans on the edge of their seats. So yeah, not the greatest mood I'm in right now after that. It could have been a lot better mood. But saying that, even after the second and third, I was like, right, okay, this is what we should be doing. We shouldn't be struggling to beat Barnsley, because let's be honest, in the first half, you wouldn't have known which team was kind of only scored 1 goal in 5 or 6 games or whatever, because we were just as bad as them going forward, really. But yeah, so first half, 2 very, very poor teams, if I'm being honest. The Blades were on top early. We were getting balls into good positions, but they're not actually creating any good chances from it. I think the only real one that we created was a dive down the right-hand side, put the ball into the box, I believe, and _𝐍𝐸 on the swivel hit it straight at the goalkeeper. It was really, really tame, not like his second half goals. But yeah, that's pretty much all that happened, and Dye was the only one making things happen. Osborne was doing well down the left-hand side, but we weren't really creating anything from the left. But really, before that chance, 37 minutes had gone and nothing had happened. I don't even think either team had a shot. They had a couple of chances after that, but they didn't come to anything really. One just flicked goalwards towards Olsen, and there was another one that I think it was a looping header that went over the bar. So yeah, first half, not a lot to shout about. So I'm just going to brush over that and then crack on with the rest of it. So second half comes around, and really, really early on in the half, 𝐍𝐸𝐲 picks the ball up. Well, let me find out what minute exactly it was. It was the 51st minute, 6 minutes into the second half. The ball's played over the top to Moose, and Moose uses his strength, which is nice to see. Holds the defender off, picks the ball up on the kind of left-hand side of the box, and then just kind of glides round and just gives himself enough room just to curl the ball right into the corner. One of the best goals of the season for me, individual goals, I must add, because we've played a lot of good team goals this season. But that, for me, what a finish that is from just on the edge of the box, maybe just slightly inside. What a curling shot into the corner. It reminded me a little bit of the Man United goal where he kind of curled it round De Gea, but yeah, this was a very, very accomplished finish from a striker that's not played too many minutes this season. So yeah, excellent finish. And then it's like, right, settle down now. And we were fantastic after that. Attack, attack, attack. Loads and loads of chances. But, well, obviously we went and scored another goal. Let me just find out. 53rd minute, literally 2 minutes later. I think we had a couple of chances in between that as well, to be honest. So, yeah, really, really good to see, guys. Really good to see, because we have really been struggling to create chances as of late, not finding not really good chances anyway. And that second goal was a very, very well created chance. Ben Osborne going down that left-hand side and finding 𝐍𝐸 with a brilliant, brilliant ball. He did his best to try and put it over the bar, but it found its way into the top, well, not top corner, but into the roof of the net. I saw just before that Moose was getting pulled back by their defender. So, yeah, for me, it could have, if the defender would have held on to him a bit longer, that could have been a penalty. But it's good that it wasn't. I'd rather see goals from open play. And Ozzy played a brilliant ball into the box, and 𝐍𝐸 found it put it into the back of the net. I think it was 𝐍𝐸 anyway. I don't think it came off the defender. It was a bit of a weird one where you just saw it and it was like, I think Moose has got his foot on that, but everyone's accredited it to Moose. So we're going to give him 2 goals. I'm sure it was. But for me, oh God, I write down things as the game goes on. And what I noticed after we'd scored that second goal was they were on the attack and Ollie McBurney was just stood. He literally tried to put a foot in, and he didn't get it, so he just kind of stood there and just waited and waited for the ball to kind of somebody else to come and close the man down. And he was literally stood there for about 5 seconds with the ball not being too far away from him. And then he decided to try and put his foot in. He obviously didn't get it because he weren't putting any effort in whatsoever. But really, in this game, Ollie McBurney has not put himself in the shop window. He's actually put himself in the shop window for Slav getting shot. But the only thing that I like about Ollie McBurney, well, the 2 things that I like about Ollie McBurney is how good he is defending corners and free kicks. Because I'm not a massive McBurney fan, but at the same time, I'm honest. I appreciate what players do in certain situations. And McBurney is probably better at defending corners and free kicks than Egan and Ben Davies are. He's that good in the air. Maybe not so much going towards their goal, but very, very good at defending corners and free kicks and stuff like that. But other than that, he's cheerleading. Like, he looks like he's ecstatic every time someone scores a goal. Similar with Brewster. It looked like he was so happy for Moose to score them goals. And really, I love that. But at the same time, real strikers want to be scoring goals. So it's great that he seems like a team player, that he's happy for his strike partner scoring. But actually, he should be annoyed that he's not getting into these positions and scoring these goals. I don't know. I felt like he played a bit off Moose today. I couldn't really work out where they were playing. McBurney seemed like he was kind of playing an attacking midfield role, if you like, but a bit more advanced. But he didn't really do much. He tried to hold the ball up a little bit, but it just was anonymous for most of the game, if I'm being honest. I've been calling for McBurney to start up front on his own for a while instead of Sharp, just to give Sharpie a bit of a rest. I don't know why I did. I really don't. I was expecting that the McBurney of old was going to turn up, but no, it was anonymous for most of that game. Yeah, we got into a couple more good positions after that too. Just the final ball just wasn't good enough. There was Baldock down the right that found Moose, and it just didn't get hold of it. And then it ended up going out and stuff like that and recycled. But there was a McGoldrick. I'm trying to remember what it was now. It's difficult to remember sometimes. McGoldrick played the ball across the Fleck. I think it was a header, and Fleck just couldn't get that. I thought it was Sharp at first until I realised that he was in a poor position. And I'm thinking Billy Sharp wouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Fleck. Barnsley missed an open net as well at this point. So really, looking back on the game, if they'd have put that in the back of the net, that could have changed everything. But I think it was Devante Cole at the back post. The ball came across, and yeah, it was probably easier to score than to miss. It looked like all he needed to do was direct it on target, but he didn't. And yeah, that was still 2-0 to the Blades. Then the goal came. What minute was it? The minute was 72. So we only had 18 minutes to hold out at 3-0. Excellent ball from George Baldock down the right-hand side. Found Ben Osborne perfectly, which, you don't say too often from Baldock, do you? So I'm really, really happy for Baldock because I really like Baldock. I think he puts 150% in. Obviously, that can't happen, but 150% in every single game. And I just like the fact that he's come from nothing, and well, he's come from the lower leagues and someone that you don't really expect to rise up the leagues, and he just works really hard. He just needs to work a little bit harder on that final ball. But this time, ball into Osborne was a fantastic one. Ozzy finishes it with a plum. What a finish that was from Ben Osborne into the corner. I don't think the goalkeeper could have saved it. Very, very good goalkeeper, by the way, Barnsley's goalkeeper. But yeah, Ozzy put it away very, very well. Jobs are good. And then finally, the Blades. We don't like to keep clean sheets, do we? We hate to keep clean sheets. And Devante Cole, 6 minutes later, 78th minute, it was Woodrow, I think it was, took a poor touch. The ball fizzed into the two attackers, it's either a poor touch or it's a great touch. And it just sits up perfectly for Devante Cole to smash the ball in the back of the net. That was harder than the other one, but it was a great volley. It sat up nicely for him. And yeah, no chance for Olsen for that one. But really, Egan and Ben Davies were just both stood off. I don't know how it happened. They just got in a cluster, and Ben Davies sat off, and Egan both sat off the men, and one took a touch, one volleyed at the back of the net. Like, where were they? What were they doing? Why were they just stood off him? So yeah, that was poor defending for that one. And yeah, the final one was the most frustrating. George Baldock, even though I love the guy to bits, poor defending. And really, Baldock, that's his bread and butter defending, because Baldock's a much better defender than Bogle is, and vice versa. Bogle's a better attacker. So yeah, Leia picked the ball up, ran through Baldock. Easy does it. It was just like Baldock just didn't know where the ball was. It was just like, just threw him. He just completely just ran through him, just bulldozed him straight through. And then Egan didn't get there in time, and he smashes it into the top corner. Great finish. But at that point, we've seen us concede so many late goals that I almost just expected us to concede a goal from there. I really did. And you shouldn't feel like that. As a Blade, you shouldn't feel like that. Under Warnock, when you had your Chris Morgan, your Robert Page, your even like Chris Laquettes and Danny Cullips, these sort of big, strong defenders. And they wouldn't let the players just run through them like we did today. And you go and score 3 goals. And don't get me wrong, like, I was absolutely buzzing when Moose scored his first goal, because we were really rubbish up to then, really rubbish going forward. But both teams were. And it just shows what a goal can do, because that goal sparked us into life. And then we were creating loads and loads of chances. And then when they scored their first goal, that sparked them into life. And then they were creating loads of chances, and they could have easily got a draw today. It's just really frustrated me, this game, because I didn't particularly thought we played well. Even at 3-0, I wasn't thinking, oh, wow, brilliant, well done, Blades, we're getting promoted here. I was thinking we should be beating Barnsley, and everybody else is beating Barnsley. So, yeah, this is we should be beating them 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. And then they go and do what they did, and they nearly threw it away. Like, it was very similar to Hull, where, but for me, Hull, we took the game to Hull. We created a lot more chances. We looked a better, kind of flow inside. Today, it was rubbish. It was rubbish, especially that first half. That first half, God, like I say, we created one chance, and it was a half chance that Moose got a little bit on that just went to the goalkeeper. Ollie McBurney, he's a striker. How is he not I don't believe Ollie McBurney's had one shot today against Barnsley, who really should be bottom of the league if it wasn't for Derby's points deduction. Barnsley should be bottom of the league. Barnsley are a really poor side. I'm not saying, if any Barnsley fans are on here, I'm not saying that we're that much better, because we're not. But if we're wanting to climb the league, we should be beating teams like Barnsley, who have had a poor start to the season. And Ollie McBurney, he was nowhere today. We're going to get into players who've played today and how they've all done individually. So first of all, we've got Robin Olsen. I'm not going to give him any stick. He didn't do anything wrong. The ones that he could do something about, he saved. So fair play. Olsen, move on. Baldock was great going forward. There were a couple of balls, what I mentioned, that he got on that right-hand side that he just didn't find the right pass or the right ball to create a really, really good opportunity to score. But he did find that pass for Osborne, which was brilliant and obviously taken well. But then he got run through. So it's a bit of both for Baldock. He did better in the position where he normally does worse, and he did worse in the position that he normally does better. So a bit of a weird one for Baldock today. Egan and Davis, I thought for the first half, they had no problems whatsoever. They defended really well. Second half, it was just like they just completely lost concentration and just let this all happen. But it shouldn't just be the two centre backs and the full backs. It should be Norwood and Fleck. They should be getting in there and also helping them out. But yeah, not great defensive wise today. I'm gonna put them both in together, Egan and Davis, because I don't particularly think either of them played brilliantly well. But like I said, in the first half, we just didn't have much to do. So yeah, they did okay. It was just when Barnsley kind of got the bit between the teeth and went at us, that's when we struggled. But other than that, it was a pretty easy day for him. Norwood and Fleck, bit anonymous for me. They were just doing what they needed to do. They were going through the motions. I thought Norwood had a better game than Fleck. I thought that Norwood was pinging balls left and right. And I said this in the last video, I think, that every time Norwood gets the pass that he plays, sometimes with other players can take 2 or 3 passes to achieve one of what he can do. So it just gets us up the field a lot quicker, and it makes us move the ball and get the ball just forward. Very, very good. But yeah, because Barnsley were that bad in the midfield, I just feel like Norwood and Fleck, it was an easy day for him, really. On Flash Score, it's got McBurney playing up top and Moose playing on the wing. I don't think that was the case, but yeah, Moose was very, very good in the second half. Very good in the second half. First half, it looked like his shoes were on the wrong feet, but his second half, he really, really got into that game, and he obviously looked like he enjoyed himself. That first goal, fabulous. And Dye was a bit frustrating for me. He was the only one taking the ball to Barnsley in that first half, which I enjoyed, but obviously came off as usual, as he always does. But it was probably more the fact that, yeah, we look like we're going to win this game. Let's take him off. Let's save his legs. So, he had a very good game, in all honesty, compared with some of the other midfielders. Ozzy was probably one of the man of the matches, probably second to Moose, with obviously taking his goals really well. Ozzy got forward. He scored goals. Well, he scored a goal. He was creating chances left and right. So there's 1 assist and 1 goal today for Ozzy, which was very good. I just feel like it just proves that we're how badly we're playing the fact that Ben Osborne is one of our most creative players. He's not a creative player. And in these games against teams like Barnsley, he's obviously stepping up, which is great to see. But you can't have Ben Osborne being your most creative player. I'm sorry, you can't. And then McBurney, I've already mentioned him before many a times. He was really, really poor for me today. Just pointless him being on the pitch, in all honesty. Let's get into talking to the people. I really, really want to know what people are saying today, to be honest. Nick, I weren't at the match today. Michael couldn't get a ticket today, so I weren't at the match. We are a shambles at the back, inconsistency in defence. Yeah, I think we will. We'll definitely finish bottom half, Steve, unless the attack can kind of score more goals than we concede, really. That's it, isn't it? Because defence is really poor. It's shocking. 2 goals in 8 games before today, 2 in 4 minutes against them. Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely right. Nick, wait, I've already gone on that one. Nick, where's Hal? Hal doesn't do these videos. It's just me, mate. Actually lucky to scrape a win in the end. Our defence is shocking. As soon as Moose went off, we played terribly and invited Barnsley back into the game. Absolutely. We weren't pushing them back. When Moose came off, we were not pushing them back. All we were doing was tip-tapping and not really creating anything of any note. I think you're being harsh on him. McBurney did good linking up. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's Barnsley, mate. It's Barnsley. And I'm not being disrespectful. Well, I am. Sorry about that, Barnsley fans. But no, for me, he needs to be getting into that box and scoring goals. Like, he's okay with his feet. Yeah, you're right. He's okay with his feet. But he's a striker. He should be scoring goals. He should be getting into the box and scoring goals. Yeah, he might be told to link up the play. But he's nowhere near as good as David McGoldrick at linking the play up. Why are we making Ollie McBurney do that job? I don't know. I've never really understood that. Not enough first-time passing, laboured. Yeah, absolutely. Great result today if we can keep Moose playing. It's not a great performance for me. It really, really isn't. Hal was right. Osborne got a hat-trick of goal contributions. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I can't be happy with this result. I don't understand why people are happy with this result. I really don't. We've only just beaten Barnsley 3-2. We were shocking in the first half, and we barely got any players creating chances. We only created good chances after that first goal, and that's when Barnsley players' heads were down. How can we think that this is a good performance and a good win? The only good thing about it is that we've took 3 points, and that's 3 points further away from the relegation zone. I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. First off, no. I'm sorry, Ewan. I'm sorry, but if I can't listen to Ollie McBurney comment, people saying that Ollie McBurney played well. Call me a clapper, but 3 points off fifth. With a January to strengthen. Yeah. I'm not saying that we're not going to... I think we'll finish in the bottom half. I'll be honest. I think we'll finish bottom half. But if we strengthen the defence, which I'm not sure how we're going to do that, if I'm being honest, because Ben Davies and John Egan are very, very good central defenders in this division. Baldock's one of the best right-backs for me in this division. Bogle's a good option attacking wise. Ender Stevens should be by far the best left back in this league, and for me Stevens was shocking today as well. We are on 18 points, 21 points off the playoffs. See, look at that, 21 points. 21 points is in the playoffs. Sorry, I think I misread that. Fair enough. So we're only 3 points. That can't be right. That can't be right. We're only 3 points off the playoffs. I need to have a look at this. Wow, that's true. I suppose that's a championship, isn't it? I suppose that's a championship. But if you think we're getting into the playoffs on this performance or the last few performances, we've got no chance whatsoever. Will McBurney ever be a player again? I hope so. I don't dislike the man. I just dislike him as a player for Sheffield United. The automatic places, I think, are between Bournemouth. Yeah. It will be, mate. It will be, Michael. I'm not happy with the performance. I'm happy with the result. Yeah, that's exactly what I've said. Exactly. But there's a lot of people on here that are saying, McBurney did this, McBurney did that. This person, Osborne's got 3 goal contributions, and that's great for Osborne. But where's everybody else? Didsey, when he came off the bench, didn't create much. Brewster sat on the bench. 24 million of Brewster is sat on the bench. He should be coming on and making a difference. I don't get what's going on. I'm just frustrated. McBurney gave nothing in the game and hasn't done for a long time. Attitude stinks. Thank you, Will. Thank you. I'm happy because we played well in patches in the last few defeats and been robbed of... Oh, Hal. We need to talk about this after, because we've played... Have we played well in patches? We've played okay in patches, but if we're going to settle for this performance today, then we've got no hope of going up. No hope. And I'm somebody who wants to get promoted to the Premier League. I want us to do well. I want to see my team play great football and not concede stupid goals mid-table. Agree. They scored 5 goals before this, and they've scored 2 today. Exactly right. Come on, Nick. Where is your optimism? We are the Blades. There's no optimism, mate. There's no optimism. Hey, other than thank you very much for becoming a member. I'm just really frustrated, guys. I'm really frustrated from today's game. It was only when Bash came on in the 86th minute to replace McBurney that we managed to hold on to that win. Do you know what? You're right. I'm not talking about the McBurney thing, but the fact that Slav even had to make that change was embarrassing. Now, he did the right thing. We needed to hold on to that because imagine if it had been 3-3, everything had been out of window. But we had to bring Bash on to make sure we won that game. We were 3-0 up with 18 minutes to go. Shocking. Totally agree. We have to bring Bruce on it. Yeah, we should have brought Bruce on at 3-0. We were absolutely coasting at that point. We needed somebody to stay at the top of the pitch and stretch their defence. And we completely lost that when we brought Sharp on. Love Sharp to bits, but he's got no pace whatsoever. Thank you, Big 101. Blackpool, Forest and Blackburn next. They are testing times. And do you know what? 3 wins there, or 2 wins and a draw, and that'll propel us up the league. It has to. We might even be, no, we're probably not going to be in the playoffs, but we're going to be around the playoffs if that happened. And you know what? 1 win can change stuff. So the fact that we've won that game is a good thing, obviously, but I'm not happy with that in the slightest today. I have to keep up my happy clapper social media cheerleader image, mate. Yeah, absolutely agree. 100% agree with you, Nick. Performances have been shocking of late. Not good enough. How we were 3-0 up and we were fighting to win. Yeah, many things wrong about today, but it's 3 points. Cheer up, Nick. Yeah, I agree. That's absolutely what I'm saying, Michael. I've said that a few times, that so many things were wrong, but 3 points is what you need. But if we're going to be playing like that week in, week out, we will get beat more often than we will win. That's all I'm saying. Who do we sign in January transfer window? What positions? Well, it's got to be wingers. It's got to be wingers. Well, it's got to be both, hasn't it? But who do you change in the defence to shore it up? Do you go 5 at the back? Obviously, that's not going to happen. But do you do that? Like, we might be. He's not going to do it. I know that. I know that for a fact. He's not going to do it. And don't get me wrong. I would rather see United win 3-2 than 1-0. But it's just so frustrating to see us concede crap goals every week. Get the pom-poms on how we'll get you on the touchline. Sharp and McGoldrick were poor substitutions. Yeah, I agree with that. Have to sign wingers in January. Agreed. And we're going to leave it at this one. Dye's making a difference in the squad. Love watching him play. Thought taking him off was the start of the. It was him and Moose, wasn't it? Let's be honest. Him and Moose that we because he holds onto the ball really well. And Dye, I think he's a fantastic player. I think he's if we don't sell him, he's definitely one for the future. He's definitely one that's going to be getting us through games, especially this season. We just need to see a bit more of an end product from him because he holds onto the ball really well. He's very, very skillful, but we need to see more goals from him and more assists from him. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm sorry for being on a downer. I just like watching us play well and like watching us score goals and hate seeing us just give goals away as easy as that, what we did today, because that could have easily been an Aston Villa, and thankfully it wasn't. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.